Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bracha Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Psalms, the 84th chapter, to the chief musician upon Gittith, a psalm for the sons of Korah. How amiable, right, which is like desirable, are thy tabernacles, O Lord of hosts. As it says, longing for the temple worship, right? And the tabernacles, which is the dwelling place of the Lord, later it came to be known as the temple. My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh crieth out for the living God. Yea, the sparrow hath found an house, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young. Even thine altars, O Lord of hosts, my King and my God. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They shall be still praising thee. Selah. Right. So once again, this is the glorifying of the dwelling of the Lord. Which now that temple is not physical, it's spiritual. Right. The temple, the third temple, is the gathering, right, of the body of Yahweh Shai, right? The elect, which are likened unto being that temple. Okay. So it says here, verse 5, blessed is the man whose strength is in thee, in whose heart are the ways of them. Right. Let's read that in the in the NLT. It says, what joy for those whose strength comes from the Lord, who have set their minds on pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Okay. Verse 6, it says, who passing through the valley of Baca make it a well. The rain also filleth the pools. Right. Let's read this here, in the NLT as well. It says, when they walk through the valley of weeping, it will become a place of refreshing springs. The autumn rains will clothe it with blessings. See that? And that's all what? The blessings from the Lord, right? When they walk through the valley of weeping, which is a sorrow, it will become a place of refreshing springs. And what's the opposite of sorrow? Okay, joy. See? The autumn rains will clothe it with blessings. All right, let's get a precept on that. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 3. Right? And that's dealing with that, what is it, Psalm 84 and 6, right? Turning that weeping to joy. Isaiah 26 and 3, that will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, right? That's that peace, because he trusteth in thee, right? So no matter where we go through, we're going to have that peace of the Lord, right? Verse 7, it says, they go from strength to strength. Every one of them in Zion appeareth before God, right? It says here, they will continue to grow stronger, and each of them will appear before God in Jerusalem. Right? Does the scripture not mention, right, shining brighter and brighter? Let's look at that, unto the perfect day. Right? Proverbs 4 and 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more onto the perfect day. Right? Like we just read, going stronger and stronger, before the Lord. Right? Verse 8, it says, O Lord Yahweh, God of hosts, hear my prayer. Give ear, O God of Jacob, Selah. Behold, O God, our shield, and look upon the face of thine anointed. Right? So, and when you look here, when the Lord looks upon you, it's to be gracious to you. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. Right? A day in your courts, in your temple, in your dwelling, is better than 1,000 regular days. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. See that? And that's the spirit that you have to be in, right? To dwell in the house of my God, which right now we're dwelling in the house of the Lord through the Spirit, the Spirit, right? By staying in this truth, which is likened on to dwelling in the house of the Lord, because this is where Yahweh Shai is supping with us, right? In this body. But rather than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. It says here, for the Lord Yahweh God is a sun and shield. And what does the sun do? It gives you light, right? It guides you, and the shield protects you. And the Lord Yahweh will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. See, so those that walk uprightly after, the favor of the Lord, he's not going to withhold any good from you. Verse 12, O Lord of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee. And that brings us to the end of the book of Psalms, the 84th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.